Hey y'all, that guy here. If you're like me, you got a lot of projects and things laying around, and wintertime comes, you're trying to find some place to put it. So I built this, I call it a tube shed. Um, Other people call it a hoop house. I built this one about 10 years ago, and it cost me 150 bucks. And I just threw a new Harbor Freight tarp on it. It's $39. And it's done me good for the last decade. And I've used these to build, store firewood in and keep boats under. They're easy to break down, easy to set up. And anyways, thought I'd share. All right, so let me give you a little bit of a close-up rundown on my tube shed. I've had this one for years. I've built several others. I've put some photos in the video. I use them to store my firewood under. I've used them to put boats under for the winter. They help out a lot with just keeping things out of the elements. And like I said, they're cheap, easy to break down, set up. So this one is kind of my more permanent one. So this is just some 2x4s buried in the ground. Dig a hole with a post hole digger, and I do that. That way this thing survives a lot of snow. I've had this one for probably 10 years. So, but 3/4 inch PVC conduit. I get 2 of them. You can see up in here, they just join together, hoop them up and over. And for this one, this is one of those other carport canopies that you can get. Snow crushed it, so I hammered those in the ground, and then I screwed the conduit to it like that. So this one isn't going anywhere. I put a new Harbor Freight tarp on it. All I do is, you can see the tie wire here. I put tie wire at the ground and here, and that's all I need. The rest of it, this is all just floating. So zip tied the front, and but I mean, this survives snow, windstorms. I've been doing them for years. This is just regular 2x4s. I mean, I didn't even bother with treated, and they've lasted a decade. So, but you can see on this pole here, this is how I do them for firewood. I hammer a piece of rebar in the ground, maybe a 2-foot piece, and then you just slide the conduit over it, and then that holds fairly well in regular wind and stuff. You don't have to do the 2x4. That's just for snow, for my firewood piles or boats and stuff like that during the summer. I just do the hoop house. And also with the for firewood, I don't do a full tarp to the floor either, so it gets air moving through it. And you can also have air front to back moving through it, so it helps dry the firewood out and keeps the rain off of it. It does pretty good. And then you just break them down during the summertime. But I have other storage things too. I've bought the canopies. I guess the best one I got off of Amazon. It's actually like one of the ones that the restaurants have. It's got windows and a garage door and everything on it, and it's lasted. And I mean, here this is. So, but those things run you around $300, and you can't really replace parts on it. Once the tarps are dead, you might as well buy a new one. Whereas with my, as I call it, a tube shed, some people call them a hoop house, or it's basically the same thing as a greenhouse. I buy a new Harbor Freight tarp every few years. Costs $39. I just put this new tarp on, so I mean, altogether this thing costs $150 to build it, and then every few years I throw a new $39 tarp on it. So the one thing that's the difference with this tube shed, hoop house, whatever you want to call it, compared to the Amazon one, is these are pretty much indestructible. These pipes have at some point in time been crushed by snow, especially the ones on the outside. Since they're PVC, they just spring right back. You know, have a little bit out of shape to them, but yeah, I mean, you don't really need this support. Snow will just crush this thing down, and they spring right back. So that's the main, I guess, difference. And it's easy to repair. All this stuff's bought at Home Depot. Any of those conduits break, just go to Home Depot and buy another one. So this why this has lasted me so long. Here's my tarps and stuff. Only lasts me a couple of years. And but anyways, like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any other ideas, or if you've ever done anything like this. Good luck storing stuff this winter.